Welcome back, friends, to another reading for the collective, the first one of the year. I have, I want to preface this by saying that I'm my second day into a 3-day fast. So it will be very interesting to see what the quality of my energy is as we do this reading. I've already forgotten to light my incense, but that is easily remedied. And so, this is the first reading of the new year, and I am so happy that you found this. The energy in this reading is timeless. So, if you found this on the day that it goes live, great. If you find it weeks from now, that also works. So, let us begin as we always do. With 3 intentional breaths, breathing in and breathing out. 2 more times, breathing in and breathing out. And final time, breathing in and breathing out. It seems as though, are you still going? Yes, so I don't know if any of this tiredness is from the energy or if it's just from not eating. But we will see what wants to come through for the folks that have been brought here. And so if this is your first time here, welcome. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday. My name is Ross, and I help high achievers and mindful parents escape the mundane grind and live a more mythic life. And I do that by providing them the somatic tools and energetic maps needed to reclaim their inner authority or find their way back to their inner sacred flame. You want to come out, and you guys want to come out. That might be it. Okay. And no peeking. So we've got 3 kind of cards here in 2 different piles. Can you see that? I've got some crazy glare here. And for this, it feels like it's how things have been going, how you have been doing things, and how you can do things differently. And again, these are always optional. I'm not being prescriptive here. I'm not your dad. I'm not telling you what to do. I am just offering a description of what the cards are saying. So we could say that this is how things have been going, or maybe a better way of saying this is how things will proceed if changes aren't made. It's the new year. Everyone's all about the new year, new me. I like to think of it as new year, new mirror, a new way of looking at yourself, at things. I'm doing a year-long study of the 365 lessons of A Course in Miracles. And in the course, it talks about how perception is a mirror, not a fact. And what you see is your own state of mind reflected outward. So maybe this is the old mirror and this is the new mirror idea. And let's just see what comes up. Temperance, Queen of Cups reversed, and 10 of Pentacles. Hmm. So this is telling me right off the bat, temperance is all about that balance. And when we end with the 10 of Pentacles, it's signifying that that balance has proved to be fruitful, proved to be abundant. But at what cost have you blocked your creativity? The Queen of Cups is the one of my favorite cards, mostly because of the ornate cup that she has. I mean, even compared to the cups that Temperance has, a literal angel. I'm struggling today, and that's okay. Compared to the cups a literal angel has, the cups of the Queen of Cups is so wholly her own kind of thing. And we can think of the queens as the full appreciation of the suit, with the cups being the element of water and emotions and the way that things ebb and flow. And I do like to think of this as creativity because of how unique the cup is. But it was reversed, so something is blocking that. And so I am reading this as you've got this good balance going on between mythical and mundane living, but at what cost has it been to your creativity? So like maybe you got a job in tech because you like solving problems and you like being creative, and it has been a fruitful experience, no doubt about that. But over the course of that, you've had to sacrifice your own creativity. And that might just be in a sense of maybe you used to knit or do some creative thing just for you. And because of the demands of the job, you've had to scale that back a bit. So there is that idea of the creativity being blocked in maybe in service to the abundance. Maybe you're someone who doesn't think that abundance can flow unless you're doing something practical. So, what is the change that needs to be made? What is the change that needs to be made? Before we go through this, I would like to see a sign or a symbol or a reference that those folks tuning in can be on the lookout for when it's time to change. You might already know that the change is coming. You might already know that the change needs to happen. But this is just extra clarification, extra, sometimes we like big glowing neon signs saying, dig here, do the work here, move over here. So I'm looking for a symbol to represent that for you in your evolution from what has been to what will be. Again, these are just suggestions of what may happen. You are your own sovereign being, and you have the authority to listen to this and take it to heart or scroll past and watch another video. I won't feel offended in either way. What is a sign? What is a symbol that this person can look out for? What's it going to be, honeybee? What's it going to be? And then there is the idea that maybe this doesn't want to come out until we see the bottom row, which it does look like. So let's look at the bottom row. Hermit, Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles reversed. It's very interesting. We've got Major Arcana, a court card, and then ending with a pentacle. So the Hermit, we just ended a year the Hermit year, 2025, reduces to nine. Nine is the card of the Hermit. And we just exited that year, but maybe there is some lingering energies there. I mean, we've only been in 2026 for 5 days, so it makes sense that this energy would be hanging out. And maybe in your journey through 2025, you've picked up more hermit like skills or hermit like um, behaviors to carry you throughout the rest of your life. The hermit is all about going within and really looking at their own internal landscape, figuring out what makes them tick so that when they come down off the mountain, they have the lantern here so that they can lead other folks who are working through things or beginning to explore. And so it does feel like this is your time to come down off of the mountain. What with the Knight of Wands coming up next, Knights are all about action and almost impulsivity to a degree. And with the fiery nature of the wands, that action and impulsiveness is dialed up. It would need some of the grounding force of the pentacles, which there is plenty of here, or the security, I want to say, of the emotions represented in the cups. But this bodes well toward whatever the whatever the creative project is, whatever the emotions are. And maybe this is just this. Maybe this is the invitation to re-examine your emotions or to get back in touch with your emotions, especially if you've had to subdue those because of the monetary gains at the end. And we still see monetary gains at the end here. I mean, it's fewer than in the 10, sure, if we're just looking at the numbers, but this is a character who is satisfied with their work. It's hard work, not in the sense of it being draining, but when you're involved in the work that you love, it can become not as tedious as maybe spreadsheets or whatever the other aspects of the job has become. It is blocked though, and I think that is just the misbelief that maybe something more creative can't be as fruitful as whatever it is that you're doing now. Let me just see if anything else wants to pop in for that. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can represent travel, what with the pyramids here in the background. So maybe it is traveling to a different place, or maybe it's just traveling to a different emotional, mental landscape. Like if you've been doing graphic design in a corporate way, but you got into it because you love designing, you love art, but you needed to pay your bills, then to get back into that artistic expression, the more emotional expression, that does require going within and maybe tapping back into what inspired you in the first place, what made you want to create in the first place. And with the Knight of Wands here, it does seem like that exploration is supported in the eagerness of it all, the fiery energy of it all, and I would just say don't let the thoughts of what you think success or even abundance can look like. I mean, if you've been doing the corporate job, so to speak, for a long time, maybe you have enough saved up that you can dial that back so that you are able to create in more ways that are aligned with your inner truth, your inner expression. And I do want to see again if there is a sign or a symbol that these folks at home can look out for to know that this change is coming or that this change is supported. Maybe that would be more relevant or more helpful. That their emotions aren't bad or wrong, and they aren't bad or wrong for having certain emotions. What is up for the people here? What is a sign or a symbol that they could be on the lookout for? Is it you? Nature spirits. Yeah. I think I was talking about this in a previous video, but get out in nature, find a tree that looks like it can keep a secret, and tell the tree your worries. Maybe take some honey with you and sprinkle it at the base of the tree as an offering. And let all of those worries, cares, and concerns be taken by the tree and transmuted into your creative endeavors, or maybe just the grounded support that you need to take that action. I do want to get one last card from Hafiz here to really bring this together. And then I am signing off because I am fading. So, what's a way to bring this home for the folks who are, yes, you? Listen. It seems to go well with the nature spirits. 45 might be a relevant number for you, reduces to 9. 39 might also be a relevant number for you, reduces to 12, which reduces to 3. Listen, listen, listen. How do I listen to others? As if everyone were my beloved master speaking to me, his cherished last words. Every day and in every way, we are involved in the great conversation. You talk to greater by expressing your wishes, hopes, and desires. You receive greater's answer by listening to snatches of conversation in an elevator, to song lyrics on the radio, to the words, excuse me, confirmation burp, excuse me, to the words, signs, and symbols that come your way in any situation. You also listen through intentional silence, welcoming the presence that knows and shares all. Let yourself become a student of keen listening. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use that sacred ratio to gain more clarity and intimacy with greater. Yeah, I am burping up a storm and I do not have anything in me, so that must be spirit coming through. So I think we will close it off there. Yeah, just go out in nature today. Maybe leave your phone and your earbuds at home. And if it's accessible and safe for you to go outside, please do so. It's the winter here in Pittsburgh, but it's supposed to be getting warmer over the next few days, and I can hear the snow melting as I make this recording. So, again, if it is safe and you are able to, and if it is accessible, get outside and just listen. Listen to the sound of the wind whispering through the leaves of the trees. And if this message felt relevant to you, you're always welcome to leave a loving donation. I'll put the links down in the description to do that. And until next time, I wish you nothing but peace, love, and happiness from this day forward. Take care, friends.